Hello. Today I just thought I would do something kind of fun and kind of laid back. It's a Saturday. I'm just kind of chilling. So, um, yeah, I just thought I would do a spirit animal video. If you guys feel drawn to more than one, please watch more than one. Like that's these are kind of short. They're a couple minutes long. Nothing crazy, but I just thought I would kind of do like a fun spirit animal because who doesn't want to know their spirit animal? So, yeah, today we're going to be using the Spirit Animal Oracle. I don't know what I did with the thing. Here it is. The Spirit Animal Oracle deck. It's very pretty and it's very fun to play with. So we've got 8 groups here. We've got the Amethyst for group 1. We have Rose Quartz for group 2. We've got Blue Calcite for group 3. Tangerine Quartz for group 4, Kyanite for group 5, Opaline for group 6, Agate for group 7, and Rainbow Moonstone for group 8. So just pick whichever one your intuition calls to. The animals that I put on the cards, they have nothing to do with the actual reading, so just pick whichever one you're being called to, and I'll give you a moment to do that. Okay, so there are timestamps below. Just skip to whichever one that you felt called to, and I will see you guys there. Bye. Hi, group 1. If you picked the little butterfly and the amethyst, you're in the right place. Let's look at your cards. We've got the dolphin spirit, the grasshopper spirit, and the snake spirit. Okay, so yeah, the dolphin spirit, it's about duality of life. The dolphin is both a mammal and a sea creature. So this and that are true. So this card specifically just kind of makes me think of Gemini energy, just because they're the twins, they like two things, they're two different people sometimes, and I think that that's definitely true for you too, even if you're not a Gemini, or maybe you have Gemini placements, or if you're not, this is a general reading, don't worry about it. But two truths coexist, and it's just about focusing on the positive even when something is negative, or being able to take the light alongside the darkness. So this is an acknowledging blessings in your life. So it's okay to have more than one thing in your life. Maybe some really positive things are happening and maybe some really negative things are happening, and I think that your spirit is really good at handling those things. So okay, and then we've got the grasshopper spirit. It says take a leap of faith. So the grasshopper, is this the one that's innovation? This is, yeah, innovation. So this is very innovative. This is just kind of going with it and taking the leap of faith, taking a step when it's really hard, or maybe this is honestly such a good quality to have, to take a leap of faith even when things look kind of grim, or when you're not really sure what's going to happen, because you could say what if all day long. What if something bad happens? What if something isn't going to be good, but what if something turns out right? And that also kind of goes with duality a little bit. I think that things can be, you can what if all day long, and you can go and play devil's advocate for the both sides, but taking a leap of faith is what helps you really find out, and maybe you find the best experiences by doing that. So that's a really good quality to have. Yeah, it's just about trusting. I think you're probably a very trusting person. And then we have the snake spirit. This kind of makes me feel like Scorpio energy. Maybe you have a Scorpio placement, maybe you don't. But yeah, it says time to heal. Snake spirit. It also reminds me of the butterfly a little bit, which you picked the butterfly pile. So it's about transformation and about constantly healing and growing and shedding your skin. Yeah, snakes shed skin. Just like the butterfly will turn from a caterpillar into a butterfly. So yeah, I think that maybe you're always healing and growing and always changing and always on a constant journey to become a new person, which I think goes really well with the other cards. So yeah, this and that are true. That could mean you're both who you were before and who you are now, and you embrace both sides of that. And then taking a leap of faith into changing and transforming, because transformation is really hard. And after a while, you kind of just have to go with it, which can really suck. But taking the leap of faith and just saying, okay, well, let's, transform again, then you can heal and then you can grow. So I think that these cards really complement each other. So thank you, Group 1. Let me know if this resonated with you, and like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. And I will see you in a couple days. Thank you. Hi, Group 2. If you picked this rose quartz, you're in the right place. Let's look at your cards. You've got the koala spirit, the whale spirit, and the panther spirit. Okay, so the koala spirit, koalas are very leisurely, and it says on the card, spirit has a plan. I think that this is maybe a side of you that you just kind of let things happen. It's not a race, it's not a competition, and you just kind of trust that everything's going to work out, which is a great quality to have because instead of worrying about it, you attract more abundance that way by just knowing that you're fine and that you can trust in your guides. Yeah, very peaceful energy. And then the whale spirit says, trust the great mystery. That's kind of the same thing. Yeah, just knowing that there's somebody, there's something with you. You have a guardian angel with you. You have spirit with you at all times. Trusting in the great mystery, especially because the ocean is such a great mystery. You just accept without intellectually trying to understand it. You just know, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. Or it's really just the same message as the koala, is just, yeah, going with the flow. Just keep swimming. Knowing, maybe you have very strong intuition. Just knowing when things are going to happen, and just trusting that everything's going to work out. And then the panther spirit is, it says reclaim your power. So you're braver than you think. I think that that's very true. By just going with the flow, you're a very brave person to just trust and to just go with it. You have the courage to just act and love fearlessly, and to trust in your own power and to trust in spirit's power, and to be very bold. So you don't fear. You just know that you have the power to do this, and you know that you have the power through life. I think that you're probably a very confident person and a very trusting person. Yeah, so I thought that those cards went very nicely together. So yeah, if this resonated with you, just let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in a couple of days. Thank you, Group 2. Hi, Group 3. If you pick this blue calcite, you're in the right place. Let's look at your cards. We've got the ant spirit, the butterfly spirit, and the pig spirit. Okay, so the ant spirit is all about collaboration. It says time to collaborate. I think that you thrive in a community, and you thrive around friends, family. I think that they just help you become a better you. And yeah, I think that this is probably a very big part of your life. I also think that you lend a helping hand because they're always helping each other. They're building together. Maybe you're a very helpful person. And then we've got the butterfly spirit. I think it's interesting that you picked the butterfly spirit because you also picked the bird here, and they both have wings. Butterflies are about transformation. It kind of gives me Scorpio vibes. Just because Scorpio is known for always transforming, always changing into something better. If you're not a Scorpio, don't worry about it. But yeah, also butterflies are just about joy and beautiful and alive. They're creative. This is like a creative spirit. I think that, this is about transformation is inevitable. But I think that some people go through more transformation than others, and maybe you're one of those people who goes through constant transformation, but you're always becoming something better. You're always becoming someone more beautiful, and it helps you. It helps you in your life path. So then that you've got the pig spirit, I know that that's probably not a desired animal necessarily, but in this one it's depicted beautifully. So the pig is actually, it represents being very wise. I think that goes really, really well with these two cards because you're a very wise person and you become more and more wise after you go through these transformations, because when you go through a transformation you learn a lot of lessons. And so when you're learning all of these lessons, you're helping other people. And you're helping other people, maybe mentoring other people, maybe careers that come to mind are like maybe teacher or social work or something along those lines. Or if that doesn't apply, then, maybe you just help other people in your life. You're always going through these changes and people come to you for your wisdom and for how much life you've lived just by transforming constantly. So yeah, I think those cards went together very nicely. Yeah, so if that resonated with you, just tell me down in the comments and give it a like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And I'll see you in a couple days. Thank you. Hi, Group 4. If you picked this Tangerine Quartz, you're in the right place. Let's look at your cards. So we've got the bat spirit, the hawk, and the horse spirit. Interesting. Okay, so the bat spirit, it's all about rebirth. It says rebirth is assured. Rebirth, by that it means just how night turns into day. Bats live at nighttime. That could also speak to how maybe you're someone who is kind of a night owl. So it says that what you're giving up in the death and the old are still present in the new. So it's always, it's about transformation, really. Transforming from day to night. So maybe you go through a lot of transformation, and because of that, your intuition is very strong. You kind of guide through the darkness with your intuition. So I think that you're probably a very intuitive person. So, yeah, and then we've got the hawk. It says, let the spirit be your guide. That's another one that kind of makes me think intuition for sure. And also seeing the bigger picture, because it's a flying creature. Actually, both of these are flying creatures. I think that you probably see the bigger picture and know that it's not, right now is not going to be forever. It's always changing. It's always transforming. It's always a rebirth. But also, you see the here and now, and you see what's coming. You see everything from a bird's eye view. I think that you also probably go through meaningful coincidences. Probably like maybe a lot of coincidental things happen to you. That's just something that I felt the need to tell you. And also, maybe someone who believes in signs. I think that if you don't, you should, because these are very intuition, believing in signs, just believing that spirit is your guide and that you're going to be okay. Very interesting how those are strangely connected. And then the horse spirit. The horse spirit is freedom. Freedom is yours. Travel, adventure. It's also interesting because these two are flying, and the horse is just very fast. They travel a lot. So maybe you love to travel. A lot of taking flight / regular travel. Taking a journey. I think that you probably go through quite the journey, especially with the rebirth and transformation. And you're always becoming a better you. And you're a good companion. Horses are always really good companions. You make very powerful choices. So I think that you go through a lot of challenges because you're intuitive and because you have to go through these rebirths. But in the end, you become better for it. You see the bigger picture. You're able to maybe provide a little bit of you provide a kind of stability for other people because they look to you. They know that you know that everything's going to be okay. I think you have a strong sense of knowing, and you're meant to be free. Yeah, you're meant to fly. You're meant to be free. All right, that's all I have for you. Group, what is this, 4? I hope that this resonated with you. If it did, leave me a comment below and like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in a couple days. Thank you. Hi, Group 5. If you picked the Kyanite, you were in the right place. Let's look at your cards. So we've got the Cow Spirit, Porcupine Spirit, and the White Raven Spirit. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm getting a strong miracle vibe, miracles, magic. Yeah, because it says the miracles are endless. This says time for a beginner mind and trust in the magic. So the Cow Spirit, it's about receiving, really. It's about receiving a lot and miracles happening every day and just trusting that they can happen. But I think that to get all of these things, you give a lot. Cows give a lot. They give milk. They give meat. I think that you are always willing to give and help, so you're always receiving. I think that that's really powerful. I think it's also saying, embrace this, embrace the, pay attention to pay attention to the gifts that are around you all the time. And I think that the more generous you are, the more that you receive, if that's something that you've noticed. I notice whenever I'm willing to spend money on other people, I always end up getting that money back somehow. So I think that that's definitely speaking to that. And then we have the Porcupine Spirit. Time for a beginner mind. This is serious, I think it's Aries and Pisces energy for me. This is kind of that curiosity, the natural curiosity that young people have, the innocence, approaching problems with new eyes. I think that you're always just a fresh new perspective. I think that you have a very valuable way of seeing things. I think that you're able to find the magic in those miracles in the hidden places that other people can't find them. I think that you're a very magical person. Yeah, and then we have the white raven spirit that literally says trust in the magic. I think maybe sometimes you doubt yourself, but you have this fresh new perspective, and you're always giving, and you're so generous. And I think that it's saying pay attention to the synchronicities, pay attention to the patterns, because you are, like, that means something. You're aligning with something. And I think that, like, whenever you see numbers, I think that something that you specifically should pay attention to is, like, when you have 222, or, different angel numbers. Or I think that maybe you should pay attention to when things line up, because that might be something that's important to you. Or it might be kind of a sign for you to pay attention, because something's happening. I think that magic is everywhere, and I think it's all around you, and I think that people see you as a very magical person. You might be very good at manifesting, and very good at giving, and giving abundance. Yeah, I'm thinking generous, fresh new eyes. And Aries and Pisces energy kind of have that just magical. Aries are very good at manifesting because they don't give up. And then Pisces, they're just very magical people. So even if you don't have those placements, sometimes we have those qualities. For example, when your chart is missing a sign, like for me, I don't have any Virgo or Pisces in my chart. So I often resemble that energy because I don't have any of it. It's very interesting. You guys should look up into interceptions with your birth chart. But yeah, I'm feeling very magical energy. So if that resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys in a couple days. Thank you. Hi, Group 6. If you picked the Opaline, you're in the right place. Let's look at your cards. Okay, so we've got the Nightingale spirit, the Parrot spirit, and the Skunk spirit. Don't forget about that. It's not about, you don't smell bad. It's not about that. So the Nightingale, it says love is all around. I think that you have a lot of love to give, and maybe you're a very romantic person. Also, already, I can tell you with this next card, you give a lot of love out to other people, but you don't give a lot of love to yourself. You need to be working on self-love. Yeah, very romantic person. Yeah, with the Parrot spirit, it says watch your words. What are you saying to yourself? I think that you are so kind and lovely to everyone else around you, but you don't give yourself good self-talk. I don't think that you are completely confident in yourself. And it's saying that you have all of this love to give. Give some of it to yourself before you give to others. Because how can you be romantic without it? I also think it's funny that you picked a very loving romantic card, because the Opaline is about love and commitment and even marriage. So I think that you're a very romantic person, but yeah, you don't know how to give that to yourself, and you don't know how to speak to yourself. And then the Skunk literally says know your worth. The Skunk is it's be proud of who you are. Be proud of what you've accomplished. You're maybe not a naturally confident person, and that's okay. I totally get that. But you have wonderful qualities. I think that your spirit is very, very beautiful. Very beautiful and very colorful. But you're not a naturally confident person. I think that this is kind of a message to you to believe in yourself and to remember who you are and what matters to you. And as much as you're giving all of this love and abundance to other people, I find that the most loving people kind of hate themselves, and that's horrible. I think that you need to take some time to put all of this wonderful, good energy that your spirit has back into yourself. So I think that this is kind of more of a message for you guys. Your guides are telling you a very, very specific message. They all match up, because you can get love if you take care of yourself. You might be very romantic, but you're wondering, why is my person not come? Why am I not in a relationship? Why has that not happened for me? I have so much love to give. But it's because you haven't given it to yourself. You have to love yourself before you can really give love to others, because you come first. You were born with you. So yeah, I think that was kind of more of an advice message from your guides. So yeah, let me know if that resonated, and give it a like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and I will see you guys in a couple days. Thank you. Hi, Group 7. If you picked the Moss Agate, you're in the right place. Let's look at your cards. Alright, so we've got the Bee Spirit, got the Buffalo Spirit, and we have the Rhino Spirit. I'm already getting some Taurus vibes. If you're a Taurus, that would be interesting to know. Let me know if you are. If not, don't worry about it. Or if maybe you have very prominent Taurus placements, Taurus rising, Taurus moon. But if not, this still applies. So the Bee Spirit, I automatically think busy bee, hardworking. It says sweet results await. So yeah, hardworking. I think that you work and you get results, and you're connected, and you're always doing something. You're always making honey. You're always producing something, and I think that you give a lot. I think that you're very generous. Actually, with all of the cards, or especially the Buffalo, I think that you're a very generous person. So maybe you overwork sometimes. Maybe that can be so hardworking to a fault. But I think that you're very generous, and you're very motivated, and you help a lot of other people with how hardworking you are, because bees, they're trying to pollinate the flowers to make their honey, but they're helping the flowers too. So I think that while you're doing whatever this work is, you're helping others in that. Or maybe your job has something to do with helping others while you're also making the money for yourself. So yeah. And then the Buffalo Spirit. The Buffalo Spirit is just so abundant. It says the abundant universe will provide. So every part of a buffalo you can use. The hide, the bones, the meat, the everything on it. It's so many gifts. There's so many gifts within that. I think that maybe you receive a lot of gifts, or you even, because you're so generous, maybe you're giving a lot of gifts all the time. Yeah, but there are also many gifts available to you. So even though you give to all of these other people, there's a lot available to you because of this. When you're more generous, when you're more grateful, you tend to get more in return. You tend to receive more. So I think that it's saying that there's a lot available to you, and you have all of the you're so hardworking that you have all of the tools that you need to create whatever you want and to manifest whatever you want. So yeah, I think that you are very generous and that you're very hardworking. And that also reminds me of Taurus energy a lot too. So yeah, and then you got the Rhino Spirit. It says, overcome any obstacle. I think that you're very, very hard, because you're so hardworking, you can overcome anything. You can get through anything. There's not a lot that can break you. You are always going around them, shattering them. I think that you are always you're not allowing things to limit you, and that's great, and that's why you're so good at manifesting. I think that you really could be, because you're not letting self-limiting beliefs stop you from anything. You just keep pushing. You just keep pushing harder and harder. You're very stubborn about it. That's another Taurus quality that really reminds me of. You have the magic to make it happen. So you have a lot of gifts available to you, and it's because you're so hardworking. So make sure that you're collecting that. Make sure that you're using those gifts, or you're manifesting those gifts, because you have all of the tools to do it. If you've been wanting something, you're hardworking enough to co-create with spirit. You are abundant enough. The universe will provide that for you, and you're able to overcome any obstacle that's in your way. So I think that that's a wonderful spirit to have. So let me know if that resonated with you, and let me know if you're a Taurus. And like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And I will see you guys in a couple days. Thank you. Hi, Group 8. If you picked the Rainbow Moonstone, you're in the right place. So let's look at your cards. We've got the Flamingo Spirit, the Owl Spirit, and the Scarab Beetle Spirit. I'm not sure how to say that, but we'll roll with it. So the Flamingo Spirit, this embrace the in-between. So flamingos are very, they stand on one foot. You're very strong. You don't back down easily. You don't know, maybe you don't know where you're going yet. Maybe you don't have a very clear direction, but either way, you stay strong in it. And you're very, very good at just going with the flow and embracing and being you, no matter what. It's a very strong card. I think that you're very good at being present in what's happening right now. You're very good at of loving your life where it is right now. You're not always worried about moving to the next step. You embrace the in-between time. So then we've got the Owl Spirit. It says, you see clearly now. Owls are good at seeing in the dark. I think they're nocturnal. But either way, they're very intuitive. Intuition, I think maybe you kind of have an inner knowing that everything's going to be fine, everything's going to work out, and that's why you can stay strong. But the Owl Spirit, you are very good at seeing the big picture, and even when you're overwhelmed, you kind of have an inner knowing that everything's going to work out. I think that you have a sense of clarity, and you provide clarity for others. That's very important. And then we have the Scarab Beetle, however you say that. It says magic works through you. I'm feeling creativity, creative people. You have a gift of potential, infinite potential. And I think that you're probably very good at channeling energy and feeling energy through you, feeling opportunities, miracles, abundance through you. I think that you provide a lot of love and stuff for other people. I think that you're a very, very strong person, and that you just see the bigger picture, and you go after what you want. I think that maybe you're someone that spirit uses to help others and to provide others clarity and to give others strength. That's a big message. So if that resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in a couple days. Thank you.